Good morning, everybody. Another day, another hero coming to the stage. What I mean by the President Donald Trump. All right, here's the subject of today's talk. What is the bottom line of everybody? Okay, recent political events on the world stage are really amazing. And for common people like me, and it's you cannot get enough of it, and you don't know how to do it, maybe, and what to say. Well, let's say for the in China, there's the hero fighting, right? The soldiers in the 50s. The film is anti-American, and later on, a few days later, it changed, switched the tone, and now I don't know how they do it. You can ridicule them all the time, ridicule the communists, the propaganda department, but it's really hard to predict. And I think that's what fun is, that they just use people as a tool, and people will understand what it is and what they are doing to them, and that's funny. And I know even in the creader.net, there are a lot of people following the pattern of the Chinese propaganda department, the communist propaganda department, I should say, and they probably get confused as well. But anyway, I'm not here to ridicule that part of the thing. All right, I'm amazed is the recent development on several stages. I want to talk about the first Hong Kong's movement, if you call it democracy, and the second is what's going on with Donald Trump. A third one is, how about the Kim, the third little fat boy, Kim? The last one is the bottom line for the Chinese as a majority, and what they will do in face of all the international events. Well, let's talk about first Donald Trump. All right, and after the G20 meeting in Japan, and a lot of people cannot just follow the events. What's going on here? All right, here media in America called Trump a showman. All right, his showmanship got fully played out on the stage of Japan, the G20 meeting, and also in North Korea with Kim. All right. Well, let me see, it's good or bad. The thing is that there's no diplomatic hero in history, and never was, never will be. Because whatever happened, play is a play. A film, an actor is an actor. That's not real. So essentially, nothing changed. You have to realize that. And you may get some popularity for a while, but that contradicts to the reality. But anyway, to me, this individual, Mr. Trump, is a sort of a fascinating person to an extent. If I judge him, and I believe he will fade out soon, probably 7 versus three, or we say 70% is good, 30% is not very good or bad, if you will. The thing is that the good part is he does. He's not a politician, remember. He used to be a businessman or a show director, maybe. He directed the popular series called Apprentice in American TV, and that gained him some popularity, maybe as a basis for supporting his role, and got elected eventually. That's a possibility, that's it. But as a politician, he is certainly not. But he does have some political vision, you have to admit. He single-handedly switched the relationship, the international relationship, U.S. or Western countries versus China. That will be remembered in history for his role. That's a pretty good one, I believe. But anyway, you can switch it only once, right? You cannot, this is something big, so you cannot do much about it eventually. And he did, and everybody else from now on will follow him. That's what I believe. All the succeeding presidents will follow him, that's for sure. And so that's his achievement as a president, and down in history, I believe. And his bottom line, of course, got elected, to get elected for the next 4 years. We'll see. Maybe he will, maybe he will not. But the thing is that for historical achievements, you cannot do more than a few or one or two, right? You basically, that's your chance you have in history. And you thought about that, and you did it. That's a pretty good one. Yeah, I think for a lot of politicians, if you can remember one major thing in history, that's good enough. And probably that's a pinnacle point for Donald Trump. That's what I believe. Okay, so that's for Trump. For Kim, the little fat boy, we Chinese call it Kim fat boy in Chinese jargon, and you can think what we see in him. But to a lot of people's surprise, and to me as well, he really appears more than what his body shows. And he has some brain, you have to say that. Well, but the thing is, you can hear airplanes passing. The thing is, for him, the bottom line is to be in control. He obviously felt concerned about his country's poor situation, poor living standard, and poor of everything except his iron grip of the country, the totalitarian regime, and his family business. And that's how he runs the country. But so the bottom line is for him to be in control, no matter what happened. Probably the second thing is, if I can follow the world, at least in terms of technology. He doesn't like to be left behind. Even when go to meet foreign dignitaries, he has the outdated car, like a 50s, you know. So he smuggled in some Mercedes-Benz for his face, right? And that's what he did. And the same thing for the airplanes. And he likes the technology. He has to follow the trend of the world. He doesn't want to lose face in front of his people and in front of the world. And no matter whatever, You cannot see inside their country, but that's a basic lie, I believe. So, to be in control is fundamental lie. How to be in control? You have nuclear weapons to prevent countries like America to invade North Korea. You think they won't? You never know. Because if you don't have nuclear weapons, and he believes North Korea will suffer the fate of Iraq. Maybe that's true. Or maybe not. A lot of small countries don't have nuclear weapons. They don't suffer the fate of like Iraq. Of course, you have to have the same ideological values with the Western.